this afternoon. The father of Jacksonville rapper Queso will testify against his own son in a very high-profile murder trial. This according to brand new court records first reported by First Coast News.
On your sides, Ann Schindler broke the story just a short while ago and joins us from the newsroom. Now, Ann, this is a major development in a high-profile murder case.
That's right, Keitha. I mean, anytime you have one family member testifying against another, that's a big deal. But in this case, in addition to being father and son, both are reputed members of a local gang that's typically ruled by the Code of Silence. Now, according to court records, the 51-year-old Abdul Robinson Sr. has agreed to cooperate with prosecutors in a high-profile murder case in which both of his sons are charged. Prosecutors say that in January 2020, Hakeem Robinson, who performs under the name Queso, murdered Charles McCormick, who went by the name Lil Buck. Robinson Sr. was charged as an accessory after the fact in that crime and faced his own murder charge in a separate case. He faces 30 years to life, but if convicted, his cooperation with prosecutors could play a role at sentencing. Queso has helped popularize the genre known as murder rap, celebrating the violent deaths of gang rivals. He's also accused of the murder of Adrian Gaynor, a.k.a. Bibby, whose name appears in the viral music video, Who I Smoke. Police and prosecutors say all three Robinsons are members of the gang known as ATK, or Ace's Top Killers. Now, Hakeem Robinson has pleaded not guilty. Jail records show that his dad has been moved out of the Duval County Jail, presumably for his safety. Back to you.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachal Ha Quadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors to you other brethren, elders, and followers of the truth, even you sisters, and shalom to the elect. Anyway, a story came up about this guy, this young man or whatever. He's a rapper, Jesus, and his father apparently is testifying against him on trial. He's a gang member too, by the way. And as I read up on it, you know, I'm not going to go into the articles or anything. That's what the whole intro is for. But I read down here, it says his dad is charged in multiple cases for soliciting his sons and other members of the gang to get revenge for his other son's death, right? Now he can't do it. Well, now somebody said now he can't do the time. And that's what happened. This guy, he raised his sons to be gang members. And this is what you see as the devaluing of men, right? And look who you see, if you look at the beginning, look who you see that was breaking the news. You know, you see Eve on the left and you see who you saw on the right. You can kind of put this all together, right? And this made the news and they made it a breaking story. Now, of all the things that's going on in the world, I mean, Jake is getting charged all the time with murders, and they really don't care if you Jakes shoot and kill each other. It's like two birds with one stone. We can put the rap music out there. We can put the guns out there, the drugs, the fighting, the killing, the oppression, you know, which causes Jake to err. And they push that mind control on Jake. And then when he does all these things and he kills someone and they get revenge for somebody and they shoot and kill somebody, then all of a sudden the task force is they want revenge because the mama is crying because her son has died and he was a murderer himself. He's gone to be with the Lord, right, which is true, right? And then next thing you know, the task force come and they want to take him away and lock him up for somebody they don't even really give a goddamn about shooting. But at the end of the day, you done killed him, and that's the excuse to come after you and take you off the street. So now you got a Jake that's off the street, right? Well, you got a Jake that's in the grave, and then you got a Jake that's behind the bars. What does this do to generations? Right? Anyway, we've seen this in when you read the story after Joseph died in Exodus, how the Egyptians put hell and wanted the firstborn sons, to be killed. Well, nothing new under the sun. If it ain't from that Margaret Sanger ideology, then you got the rap videos, the video games, the mind control. Anyway, this is all prophecy. Let's go to Matthew 13 and 12. Now the brother shall betray his brother to death, and the father, the son, right? And the children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death. And this, we're going to have that time of Jacob's trouble and the MOTB, and various other things. But we could see this is still how you can see how Jake will turn on you quick. This man will rather throw. Now I could see, well, I can't see, but if he didn't have anything to do with it and his sons were just wild and they were doing that and they try to put it on him, that's different. Okay, when you snitch, basically you've done something, you help create a crime or aid in a crime of a that kind of nature or whatever, and then you want to tell. That is a complete snitch on high levels. You do not commit a crime together and then when one person get caught, you sit up there and say, I'm turning state. Jake is something, man. And this is the devaluing of men. This is the image they want to show you Jake to be. But ultimately the Lord is doing this, man. Because the only high valued men is going to be the elect in that day. Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? Matthew 10:36. Let's go to Matthew 10:35. So I just want to, I'll do a short commentary and make a little video out of this. I just thought that was something, I couldn't imagine doing something like that, man, and especially when you got sons or children, you put them out there to sell drugs and kill. They all have to be off the street any damn way. What good are they? They should all be off the streets. But this is the same thing in the truth, man. This is why I'm doing a video. You're going to have families in the truth, and you may have ones that your wife might turn on you, your children might turn on you, the father might turn, the auntie might turn. Anyway, for I come to set a man a variance, a separation against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And man's foes shall be they of his own households. Right? So foes is enemies. Man's own household. Right? Yeah, this is crazy, man. Let me see here. Yeah, man's foes will be there of his whole household. Let's go to Ephesians. Because this is what we must, through the Spirit, we must focus on. Finally, my brethren, Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. Right? It says, finally, be strong. Be strong in the Lord. And in the power of his might. Okay? It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. That is all trickery, man. I knew a guy where he was in jail, his son was in jail, his grandson is in jail. Right? You got generations of Jake in jail, and nobody understands what's going on. Then they fund both sides, the Black Lives Matter, to say they're doing something which had nothing to do with Jake, at least with us. And then they fund these black conscience guys, they fund these black coalitions, and they fund all these things to make it seem like they're doing something. Meanwhile, with that whole circle of motion of things going on, in that circle, Jake is being snatched up out of there like a wolf, snatching a sheep. Right? And nobody has an answer. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And this is what these carnal conscience guys are always into. They're wrestling against the flesh and blood. Meanwhile, these judges that are sitting up there with these black robes on, right? Actually black robes, with this spell on you, Jakes, are dealing in a different realm than you are. So you ain't got a damn chance. But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So these, a lot I can't say, but these people, they're in a high level of wizardry, wickedness, witchcraft. While you Jakes are under the spell of it. You would keep, following the negativity in entertainment. You got some Jakes who can maneuver through that, but you got to be careful. And then you're following through the entertainment of the wickedness. You're following through everything, and you don't have any clue why you're being devalued, or you're into some wicked witchcraft. But we're out there telling you, hey, wake the hell up. This is the answer. And then if these people were in the truth, and again, that's the whole point of the video, if these people were in the truth, would they be going through that? But they call us a hate group, right? We're haters. We hate everything. We hate people. This is what they say. But if they followed what we teach, he would love his sons. His sons would love him. If they following what we're teaching, they wouldn't be gangbangers. They wouldn't be drug dealers. They wouldn't be weed smokers. Christianity wasn't the answer. What would they do? If these people were following the truth, what the hell would they be doing? What in the heck would they be doing if they was in the truth? And this is the threat. This is why there's such a problem with us. If everybody came into the truth, which the Lord is not going to have, but a great awakening is happening, this is going to cause them problems. This is how they made their money. After slavery, they set up vagrancy laws and trapped you, put up illegal stuff out there, set you up. This ain't nothing new. Then you get entrapped. Then they give you these big time charges and sentences. And they started when they so-called freed you from slavery. They set up laws that you wasn't supposed to be certain places. So they would lock you up for weeks, months, years if they forgot about you. And just what you did in jail. You became a slave all over again in jail. Just what it is, Jake. Jake is messed up, man. We got to get out of here. That's all I have on that. Shalom. Jake needs saved from himself, man. Shalom.